It still like kind of amazes me that like I was just another high schooler who barely knew God, and now that I'm out there trying to get more people to know Him. Hi, I'm Marcus Rosales, and I'm a senior at Dunbar High School. So I've been going to DC3 for about 2 years now. I was invited by my best friend, Amina Santos. I was like really nervous because I never heard of a night of just high schoolers talking about God, and there's always that stigma that there's going to be judgment when you're first coming into a church. But I was like really blown away by like just how inviting everyone is. The youth coaches and just high schoolers there too helped me realize that like that judgment I had before I went was completely wrong, and that like everyone there is actually a family, and I was like, this is like a whole different setting for me. My relationship with Christ before I started going was almost non-existent. Being Filipino, I always go to a Catholic church, and I never really quite understood it. My parents growing up in the Philippines is a completely different country. That generation gap and those cultural differences that I didn't really get along with my parents, and that we constantly fought, and that I felt that I was misunderstood, but also my parents were misunderstood. But ever since we started going to DC3, I felt that my relationship with my parents, and as well as my relationship with my brothers, it healed a great amount, and that it changed my way of thinking and allowed me to be patient with myself as well as patient with my parents. Seeing myself 3 years ago, I wouldn't expect me to be as involved. Like I wasn't expecting to be like the person who is inviting other people to church, and then the person who is like trying to get other people to know the same exact feeling that I felt. One of my biggest passions is photography, and I feel like God really works through me to show people that there's really beauty in everything. The moment where I felt God's beauty is a picture I took in downtown LA. It was near Union Station. There's a cross in the middle of a plaza, and there is a boy about like 3 or 4 years old. For some reason, there's like sun rays hitting him and the cross, and he was just laying there, and people were walking past it, but in the background, his grandfather is like looking after him. But after I developed the film and looked at it myself, that like I just realized that I just captured like God's beauty, and it just showed me like I can't even describe it, but it's crazy that God created beautiful things, and then it's just we can witness it with our own eyes. When you grew up in a Catholic church, you're used to hymns and then just like choir, but like seeing Jeremy up on stage and then Bill on the drums, I was like, whoa. I remember during that time, Kevin Stowers was playing for Wednesday nights, and I was like, man, he's a cool dude. So I always wanted to play the bass, and one day I was finally able to buy a bass, and I brought it to church, and then Kevin's like, hey, you should go play with us on Wednesdays. It's actually here at church that I learned all my music, like playing bass and guitar. That kind of like started my passion for worship music. And then that's why like now I play on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. My favorite worship song has got to be Unstoppable God, because how like powerful and great God is, and that whatever His will is, it will happen. God's grace is bigger than what we can imagine. Like no matter what we do, that He will always be there for us. So before I went to DC3, my idea of God, if you hurt people, or like if you've sinned before, or if you're a bad person overall, that you wouldn't be redeemed. But after going to DC3, I realized that that's completely wrong, and that God loves everyone, and like no matter what you did, or no matter what I did, or who I hurt, or who's hurt me, that God will always have a place in His heart for everyone. And that really that ultimately changed how I thought of things.